Sorry. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome to I4GxZURI training Cohort 2 onboarding event. So just to be sure that you can hear me clearly, I want you to type your name, location, and where and what you intend to gain from today's event. Okay. Hello. Hello, Baba Sunday. How are you doing? I hope your day went well. Okay. So I'm still waiting for your response on YouTube to be sure that you can hear me clearly. Hello. Okay. Okay. Hi, Joy. Hi, Patrick. Okay, so I see people joining from Lagos, Enugu, Abuja, Ogun State. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to meet you too. Okay. Okay. Hi, Charles from Nigeria. Hi, Blessing. So, without wasting much of your time, my name is Chikire Akwibe. I'm a program coordinator at Zuri Training. Okay, so today we're going to basically be talking about the entire program and everything you need to know. So, before we start, I'll just like for you to meet a few people. Okay, so let me see. Are our partners here? Yes, they are. So I'm going to give the floor to a representative from Ingressive for Good to talk to us. Okay? Hello?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to switch on my video. So hi everyone, welcome to the second cohort of the I4GxZURI training. I know this cohort is going to be a little bit different, it's going to be a little bit interesting, and I really can't wait. Again, I remember when we did the cohort 1 earlier in the year, and we did the same onboarding as well, onboarding over 30,000, I think, students at the time. It was pretty cool. And we graduated amazing people in, I think, less than a few weeks ago. So we'll always be here to provide you access to, I just remembered I didn't introduce myself. Interesting. Okay, quick one. Hi, everyone. My name is Hanifa, and I'm currently the Programs and Community Manager at Ingressive for Good. Yay! All right, so now that that's out of the way, what was I saying? So yeah, we recently graduated Cohort 1, and it's been, just really great looking at their projects, looking at the stories, and just kind of getting people going from no idea of what tech is into entry-level talents. And one of those things that Ingressive for Good will continue to do is to give you access to these courses for free, give you access to the community for free, give you access to the support, give you access to job opportunities as well. These are one of those things, especially the job opportunities, one of those things that we're also trying to solve, and we'll never stop until we get it done. So be kind, listen to your coordinators, listen to the team, and please be patient. I think that's one of those things that we've started to preach this year. Please be patient with us. Every single person will be responded to. I know there's a lot of messages out there, there's a lot of complaints. Just be patient. We are responding to everything, and if there's going to be any problem, we know what they are, and we're finding means and making sure that we get them sorted out. Big ups and shout outs to the Zuri team as well. I think they're really, really great. They're amazing. We've been partners since I don't know how many years now, but yeah. And what else? I look forward to graduating every single one of you, hopefully, by the end before the end of the year. I think so. One major thing I would like to also add is that take it seriously. We've seen people that have gone on to work for big companies, that have gone on to change their life for the better. So it's up to you to determine what your life would look like now that you started this journey. You have started this journey, so look at it and finish it to the end. I know we also get complaints about laptops or lack of laptops, lack of data. We're not able to provide that for everyone, unfortunately. Pray for us that we're able to get funding. Tell us if you know any company or any organization that would be interested in funding as well, send them our way. But what we do know is that we've heard stories and we've listened to people that went ahead to either borrow laptops or went to cyber cafes where they could get laptops and data just for them to be able to complete their training. And once they complete, most of the time they get opportunities to, intern, and they're able to earn to be able to fund a laptop. It's not easy. We're not saying it's easy, but it's possible. And we are here for you all the way. So congratulations once again. I will say congratulations. And yeah, I can't wait to see the amazing things that y'all will build at the end of it. So I'm still going to be here. If there are any questions or anything that you would like to ask me, feel free. Thank you. Thank you, Chikere.
Thank you so much, Hanifa. It has been amazing working with you and working with Aggressive for Good on this project. Thank you. So I would like to call on a representative from Zuri. Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. I think you can hear me now. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another course of Aggressive for Good and I4G. My name is Andy Manuel. I'm a project coordinator at ZURI team. So you'll probably be hearing more from me. I'm coordinator on the Slack workspace. So yeah, welcome to the course. We hope we'll be able to help you achieve the things you want to do and get you on your way to success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Okay, so we also have some mentors on this call. So the floor is yours to introduce yourself and the course you're going to be taking during this cohort.
Hi, everyone. My name is Samuel. I'm a backend Node.js mentor for the Aggressive for Good and ZURI training. And one thing I would like to pass across to you guys during this training is keep up the good work, basically. Let there be a consistent grind of during the training. So every day, do something about your task, do something to improve your training. Just every day, do something, and you will get there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel. Abby.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Abby, and I will be a mobile mentor. It's a great pleasure. Care to welcome you all to the program for the Cohort 2. Not much to say, just pretty much welcome, and it's going to be a really interesting ride as long as you're ready to be consistent and to put in the work to actually get to the final stages, right? So welcome once again. Abby here.
Thank you so much, Abby. Abdul.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Yeah, let me use this opportunity to welcome you to this training. Yeah, you're on the path to success, and this is a very good step towards being a software developer. So I'm a front-end mentor, so I'll be teaching HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in class. Welcome everyone.
Thank you so much, Abdul. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the onboarding event, I'm going to be calling on Emmanuel to give us the program breakdown and everything we need to know about the structure of the program. Emmanuel, the floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Chika, once again. Okay, so I'm going through the YouTube channel and I'm seeing a whole lot of questions coming in already and stuff, but don't worry about that. We'll get to the FAQ parts of this onboarding where you'll be able to ask your questions. But I believe by the time I'm done with giving you the program run through, I don't think you would have any more questions actually. All right, so what is this program for, right? We are partnering with Ingressive to bring this program for people who are interested in transitioning into tech careers, or people who are already in tech but they just want to skill up on their skills, right? So if you are interested in front end, you want to learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? This program is for you. If you want to do stuff in product design, UI, UX, this program is for you. And we've also added mobile to this particular cohort. So we have mobile track, we have PHP, we have Python, and then we have Node.js. Now, Python, Node.js, and PHP are all back-end courses that we are offering this course. A bit of structural change happened between the first cohort and the second cohort. In the first cohort, we had full-time, right? Where you could
Okay, sorry for that. Emmanuel had a little bit of technical issues. So basically what he was trying to do was to give you the breakdown of the program and the available courses that we have, like product design, backend, we have Node.js, PHP, Python. Like you said, there's full stack with different combinations, and there is front end. So basically, while we're like waiting for him to join the call, I'll just like try to fill in for him until he comes, and then he'll just take over for me. Okay, so basically there are some structural changes which was a little bit different from the first cohort. So unlike the first cohort, in this cohort we'll be releasing resources ahead of time. So what you're expected to do is to go through these resources, do your tasks, and then you can come during the office hours to ask questions based on these resources that we released for you on the LMS. And secondly, for this cohort, the LMS is going to be like a primary means of communication, a primary means of asking questions, a primary means of getting your answer, a primary means of getting information. So on the LMS, as you can see, there are a little bit of like there's some updates on the LMS. Like you can see discussion, and we can see how-to videos. So there are lots of how-to videos on the LMS, including how to join Slack, the current problem that a lot of people are facing. So in the discussion gives you the opportunity to see already asked questions and see the answers to those already asked questions. Okay, so basically you get to see questions and see if they are questions I already had in mind. And if you check or you search, there's actually a search option. If you search and you don't see or you don't find the questions or the question you wanted to ask, then you are free to create your own question. I know that some questions have not yet been answered. They actually have above 500 questions on the LMS, and we're trying our best to respond to every single one of them. And the truth is that some of these questions have already been answered during office hours of some courses. So we're trying our best to make sure that everyone gets the necessary replies or the necessary answers that they have. Okay, so Emmanuel is back, and I'm just going to quickly hand over to him. Okay.
So sorry for the break in transmission. Apparently, Nigeria happened here. Okay, so I was talking about the program structure, right? So that's it for like the development track. Now, for the design track, we have just product design, right? And then everyone that is going to do product design, we are going to be using Figma for this course. So that's basically what the structure is like. So by 10 p.m. today, I think we're going to close registration on the LMS. So you still have like, just in case you have gone through, you picked a different course before, and then you now want to change, you can unenroll from that course and enroll to the new course. But I think I should also state that when you unenroll from the course you are currently, right, and then you change the course before 10 p.m. today, you would have to redo all the tasks that you did before, right? Because you are just switching class. It's more like saying you are going from science class to arts class, right? So that's on the structure for this course. So I'm going to now talk on the tools that we'll be using for this course. Primarily, we are going to be working with the LMS. The LMS is the learning management system. That was where you did your registration on, right? That is where you get your tasks. That's where you're going to get announcements. That's where you're going to get the schedules for the program. So make sure that you are conversant with your email, because you get notifications via your email. Anything we put on the LMS, you'll get a notification via email. So you have to be very conversant with your email so that you don't miss things. Don't stay away from your learning management system for so long, just so that you don't get put into probation. This is going to be a very different cohort. We have so much in stock for you, and we need you guys also to be patient with us. We are building as we are going, so be patient with us. For Slack, we've been getting a whole lot of questions about Slack. I don't know why a lot of people, but Slack, this course will be used primarily for community, right? We're going to be using Slack as a community for this course. It's not going to be the primary tool we are going to be using. The LMS is the primary tool. Pay attention to every single thing you see on the LMS. The Slack is secondary. So if you've not gotten invites or you've not been able to access the Slack workspace, you just hold on. You are fine. Okay. Nothing is wrong. You're not missing out on anything, because you're getting what you're supposed to get on the LMS. Once you're on the LMS, you're covered. Okay. So hold on the Slack question. I've not gotten into Slack. Slack is not connecting. I've not been able to join Slack. Don't worry about Slack. Slack is secondary when as we go on, more people will be invited into the Slack workspace. So Chikere, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. So I'm going to be talking to you now about roles and discussion. Okay, so just give me a sec. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So roles and discussion. So this is just basically to tell you about the people that will be available on the LMS and on Slack to assist you if you have any problem. We all know that the mentors and the coordinators are the primary people to reach out to if you're facing any issues on the LMS or on Slack. So basically, the mentors, they're there to assist and guide students in the learning process. We're there to hold your hand. We're there to push you, to ensure that you're actually learning, you're actually doing everything that you're supposed to do. Okay, so the mentors are also there to answer your questions or any issues. Okay, so once you ask a question on the LMS using discussion or under any post, the mentors are there to answer any of your questions. Okay, so they're also there to grade your tasks and provide feedback. So we ensure that if you are graded like below the full point, we give you feedback on what you did wrong. The mentors give feedback on what you did wrong and probably how you can improve. Okay, so for the coordinators, we as the coordinators, we assist in the smooth running of the program and should be contacted if you find it difficult to reach a mentor. Maybe you posted a question on the LMS, a course-related question, and maybe nobody has responded. You can reach out to the coordinators to ensure that you get a response, okay? So we're moving over to best practices. So under best practices, we're going to first of all talk about Zoom. If at all you get invited to Zoom, okay, maybe during events or in the project phase. Okay, so sorry to mention, there are two phases. There's a learning phase and there's a project phase. So Zoom is mostly used maybe during special events or maybe when you're building projects with other people. So you're expected to mute your microphone upon entry to avoid interrupting the current speaker, okay? You're also expected to ask all your questions in the chat box or when you're allowed to ask. Maybe if the current speaker asks you to unmute your mic and actually speak, okay? So please do not flood the chat box to already ask questions and do not interrupt anyone currently speaking without permission because that may be seen as rude. Okay, unless maybe you can't hear the person or something, or maybe the person has been talking since and you can't hear the person. That's only when it's permitted in such rare case, okay? So another thing we're going to be talking about is the LMS. So I know that a lot of us have been hearing the LMS and we still don't know what it means. So LMS stands for the Learning Management System. It's also referred to as the ZURI board. So make sure you're very conversant with the ZURI board, with your LMS, okay? So make sure that you're always checking for your tasks, you're always checking for your posts, you're always going through your discussion to see if there's any question there that can help you. Okay, so use the discussion on the platform that's on the LMS to ask your questions but like I said earlier on, before you ask questions on the discussion, please make sure you search the question to ensure that that question has not been asked before you ask it again, because we have more than 500 questions there. Then check the frequently asked questions page often as FAQ. So a lot of people have been getting some questions about the LMS. So this is like a screenshot of the ZURI board that the LMS as a student. So basically, when I get to my dashboard, like by the left, you can see dashboard, user, tasks, post, help, news. So when I get to when I log in, the first thing I see is my dashboard. So this page you're looking at now is what I see when I click on tasks. So at the time this screenshot was taken, this was the available tax on the LMS as a product design participant. Okay. So these are, and for those asking, okay, where can I see my I don't know where to find my calendar link. I don't know where to find the Slack link. So we actually made them as a task so that everyone will get to join Slack and must add the calendar so that we don't get complained that I don't know what's happening next or I can't see the calendar and all that. So this next screenshot shows when I click on view the add calendar task. Okay, so some people are like, okay, I don't know where to find the calendar link even after viewing the task. So what we did is that let me just quickly go back on that page. Okay. Yeah. So what we did in this add calendar is that we embedded the necessary links in text. So if you look at this screenshot very well, in the text or that's the description of the tags, you can see that some of the tags are in blue, like video, this, article, link. So the first instruction, watch this video or this to help you add your calendar. So 2 links are there. There's one embedded in the video, there's one embedded in this. So if you click on it, it will take you to a video of how to add your calendars, how to add the calendar to yours. So this add calendar task was added to each elective. So let's say now, me now as a, like, let me just use an example now. If I'm a product design student, the link embedded in this add calendar using link will not be the same link embedded in someone that is in front end. So that is why you have to register for your elective before you can see this task. That's in case of you can't see this task, it shows that you have not yet registered for your elective. So please, guys, register for your elective. So article, there's also a link embedded in article for you to read in case of you don't understand the video. Then the actual calendar link is embedded in the add calendar using link. That's that last text there that says link. That is where the link of the calendar is. Once you click on it, you get access to the link of the calendar. Okay. So the next one, join the Slack workspace. So it was added as a general task. So the link, we had to put it out so that nobody will complain that did not see the link. Okay, so if I click on this link, it will take me to a published Google document. So in this published Google document, there is join Slack. So this is the Slack link here. So unfortunately, sadly, the link we have can only take like 2,000 people at once if we directly reach out to Slack. And on our own, the links we generate on our own can only take 400 people. So due to this restriction on the link, we have to be regularly updating the links for you to join Slack. So if you notice that a link is not working, it means that it has expired and it will be updated. So once you get to this page and maybe the link is not working, you can maybe check back in 5 minutes, because if we update this link, it will not change automatically. It will take like about 5 minutes, and then you have to refresh for you to see the new link. The link will not just change like that. You have to refresh to see the new link. So maybe if you check again after 5 minutes and you notice that this link has not changed, don't worry about it. We are doing our best to ensure that this link is regularly updated. Okay. So basically, if you click on this link and you want to sign up on Slack, don't worry, just check out your how-to videos on the LMS. I'm very sure that there's a video there on how to join Slack. So it will show you how to join Slack using the Slack invite link. Okay. So best practices using Slack. So pay attention to everything on the announcement channel. So on Slack, the most important channel is the announcement channel. So please use your channels, like your course channels, for program and course related questions. So on Slack, there are different channels depending on your elective or the course that you selected. Okay, so but before then, just know that the primary tool you like find your answers or ask questions is the LMS. So even if you reach out to the coordinators, which of course, you can reach out to the coordinators or mentors if necessary on the LMS, but the LMS still remains, on Slack. You can reach out to the mentors or coordinators on Slack, but the LMS still remains the most efficient tool to ask questions. Okay, so there are a lot of mentors, and then there are like coordinators on the on Slack. So mentors are to attach the angel emoji next to their name, and coordinators the butterfly. So please, before you reach out to us, check because even if you reach out to us, we'll still refer you to the LMS. Check the LMS, search the question or search something similar to the question you want to ask. Check if it has been answered before you can reach out to us. We are like the last resort, like, because there's still like office hours, you can still reach out to ask your course-related questions during office hours. And every day, like let's say that like 5 weekdays, you get the opportunity to actually meet your mentors in the office hours and ask them any question. So like reaching out to them via direct message is like your last resort, because we have put in place different opportunities or different ways to reach out to them. Okay, guys. So the next one is best practices tax. Okay, so people asking about tax, do not procrastinate on any tax rule, because the possibility that it will be opened is like very slim. This chance that it's open with is very slim. Okay, so do not cheat. Ensure that you do your best. Okay, do not cheat if you're doing any tax. Do not copy from anybody. Okay, so make sure you submit your tax on time. So like earlier when I talked about there being a project phase, you will make it to the project phase if your point does not reach the cutoff mark. So make sure you do your tax so that your points can be able to like be enough to take you to the project phase, and to also like ensure that you get a certificate. You have to reach a certain point, and the cutoff mark is usually determined based on the performance. Like we usually put that out based on the performance of people in that particular cohort. So you can, let me try sharing my screen again. Sorry, my system was disconnected. Okay, so you should see it anytime soon, but just focus on my voice. Okay, so reach out to us on the LMS or during office hours if you need clarity on your tax. Maybe you've seen a tax and you're finding it difficult to do the tax. Feel free to ask a mentor to clarify a tax during the office hour, but please don't ask her to give you the solution, because don't ask he or she to give you the solution, because we won't. We want you to be able to like actually do the task on your own. That's going to help you to become better at the skill you're trying to learn. Okay, so best practices when interacting with mentors and other participants. So I head to the instructions from your mentors. Okay, don't be rude to any mentor or your fellow student, but because we're very like keen on protecting the rights of everybody on the workspace. Okay, so please be respectful to everyone. You may be removed if you're reported or found guilty of intentionally, provoking somebody or others in the workspace. Okay, always be willing to work with other people, because at some point you're going to be asked to work in a team. So please be willing to work with them when the time comes. So harassment is not accepted. So if you're found guilty of any form of harassment, you will be removed without warning. Okay, so others, please do not advertise any group without permission. You are not allowed to advertise any group. Like I see some people posting WhatsApp groups. Please, all those things are not allowed, because anything that happens in that group, I4G or Zuri will not be held responsible. So please do not advertise any group without permission. And even if you're like because I've seen a group where someone advertised the group and used our name and our logo. Please, all those things are not allowed. If after this onboarding you are found guilty of such, you'll be penalized, okay? So do not use as everyone or as channel in any channel, no matter what. Always abide by the rules. Our rules are simple, and if you, as you can see, they are tailored towards protecting the interests and the rights of everyone. Okay, so just to be clear, can everybody hear me? Let me just be clear. Can everyone hear me? Okay, so I just tried not break off at some point because I've been talking for a really long time. Okay, so using Google. Yes, I like this one. This one's like my favorite. So please always use Google to check. Like, listen now, it's not everything that you have to ask. Some things you can just do a personal research on your own. You know, we learn by, in as much as we are pushing you to like learn, we are putting our resources, there also has to be this personal effort from your side. You have to show us that you're ready and you're willing to learn. So feel free to use Google to browse more on concepts explained in our resources or to clarify any tasks, but do not copy or duplicate anybody's work that you see online. It's not allowed to copy or duplicate anybody's work you see online, okay? And that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, I'm going to hand over to Emmanuel. So this is time for us to take questions, okay, so far. So I'm going to hand over to Emmanuel to address some frequently asked questions, and then you can take your questions on YouTube. Okay, Emmanuel, over to you.
Okay, hi guys. Yeah, I'm back again. All right, so I want to talk on the frequently most asked questions that we've had so far on the LMS, right? So far, so good. I think the what we've had has always been discussions about Slack, right? So as Chikiri has said, and as I've said, we are working to get more people to join the Slack community as we go on. Hopefully we'll be able to sort that out before the end of the week. So just bear with us, okay? Just keep trying. So just keep trying the link. So let's say you try now and it doesn't, give it like another 30, 15, 5 minutes and try it again, okay? You would eventually get into the Slack channel. We'll keep updating it. So I think we are clear on that. Also, people have been asking that they cannot see their tax on their dashboard. Now, this is what may have caused it. At the point of your registration, some people did not pick the elective that they want to do. They just picked the general course and then they moved on. You have to pick the elective you want to do. You have to pick it up front end, if that full stack 1, full stack 2, full stack 3, back end 1, so and 3. You have to pick it up mobile or what's it called now, product design. So maybe go back to your dashboard and enroll for the tasks that you're supposed to do. Also, there's something on the dash. I want to share my screen. There's this, give me a few minutes, please. There is an auto option on the dashboard. That's where you go to. There are a whole lot of resources in that auto part of the dashboard. So people are saying, how do I add my calendar? How do I create a Google Doc link? How do I make it public? Because some of you were given tasks for you to create a Google Docs and then submit the docs, and then you submitted the docs, but nobody can view it except yourself. There is a solution to that right there on the LMS. So I'm just quickly going to show you what that is. So yeah, I'm sharing my screen now. Chikere, please, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now.
So you sign in, after signing in into the elements, right? There is, can you see where I'm hovering my, okay, maybe let me just increase this, yeah. So this is the auto section on the LMS. If you go into it, you'll find a whole lot of this thing, how to set up your Git, how to set up Replit, how to set up CodePen, how to join the Slack workspace. There are videos there already to make this accessible to you, how to make links accessible, clickable in Figma, how to create a Google Doc and share the link, how to subscribe to the calendar, how to set up your Figma account, how to register on the LMS. So there are a whole lot of resources there already that you can work with, and will give you the things that you need. So all these issues of we've not seen this, we've not seen this. Please just do well to go through the LMS, and then you'll be able to get all those resources. Another question we've been getting is based off of your calendar. So when you add your calendar to your mobile or to your system, you have to, oh yes, the LMS has a dark mode. For those people that does not know, the LMS has a dark mode. So you can, when you add your calendar, make sure you sync it with your phone. So don't just add it. You have to click on the sync button so that you can get notifications, or you can personally do the setting yourself to say set a reminder 30 minutes before each of your tasks or your classes. So I think that is that. Someone is saying calendar link is not working. I guess you're probably clicking on the wrong calendar. Actually, the calendar link is working. If you have complaints and you want to speak with us, you can always send us a message at training@zuri.team. That's like our email address. So I'm just going to go straight into taking questions that I can find on Slack. Okay, thank you, Samuel, for posting these questions. Some questions are repeated, so I will not be. Can tax be submitted after the prescribed time? No. Once you get your tax, it is advisable you start working on it immediately. Once the tax has expired, there is no way for you to submit, and we are not going to open the tax again for you. Once it is closed, it is closed. So that's it, right? Please, can you explain the full stack would be run? Okay, so the full stack is this. So it depends on what full stack you are on, either full stack 1, 2, or 3. If it is full stack 1, that is front end, CSS, JavaScript, and Python. That's full stack 1, right? What you'll be doing is you would have to subscribe to the front end calendar and also the Python calendar. So you receive tags for both front end and tags for Python also. You'll be required to turn in the tags. You'll be required to attend the G2 classes. That's how it's going to be run. For full stack PHP, the same thing apply. You subscribe for full stack or for front end calendar and PHP calendar. You get tags from both tracks, and you would have to turn them in. Okay. What is mobile? Abby, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so someone is asking what is mobile. In like 2 seconds, can you just say what is mobile?
Okay, just as the name implies, mobile is the, okay, saying describing mobile sounds funny, but the mobile track is just going to be about guiding you on how you can develop mobile applications. But the only, the specific detail in this case of Zuri is that we're going to be dealing only with Flutter, the Flutter framework. We're not going to go native, that is to write Kotlin, Swift, and the likes. We're going to be building mobile applications using the Flutter framework and that programming language. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abby. So I want to say I wanted to learn DevOps, which is one of the courses listed on the website or couldn't find it on the list of courses while enrolled or not personal driver. Okay, so yeah, there is no demo track. I think that's simple. There is no demo track. Will we be done with your program and get certification before the end of this year? Yes, we don't do the program. It's a very short-based program. Based on our calendar, we have 7 weeks of training and then 3 weeks of project space. So we'll be done before the end of the year. How do you access the calendar? I think go when you register on the LMS, it is a general tab, so you will get it. So sorry, I'm looking for the tabs. Sorry, can you hear me now? Chikere, please, can you confirm it? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but there's like a significant drop in your audio.
Okay. I hope it is better now.
Yeah, it's better now.
So questions about Slack being used for community. There's a Slack assignment already. Are we going to be penalized for not completing the task? I already explained. You would be able to join the Slack workspace before the expiration of that task. So just keep calm, keep refreshing the documents that you have, and you'll be able to access the Slack workspace. How do you access? Okay. Please, I want to have an idea of all the courses so that I can make a well-informed decision. Do that. You can just go to Zuri, www.zuritraining.team. Yeah, you'll be able to get that information. I've only had one task since I enrolled. Is that normal? No, that is not normal. Is it that you didn't select the required courses or you just picked general alone? So please make sure you check that. Please, I mistakenly submitted a task when I'm not done. Can it be revoked? No. So this is it. When you submit tasks on the LMS, you have to be careful when you're submitting them. Once you submit, you cannot edit. All right. Once you submit, you cannot edit your tasks. Is it too late to register on the LMS? As of now, the registration is still ongoing, so you can register before 10 p.m. today. Okay, I guess I've run out of questions here on Zoom. I can't find, how long does it take? 3. Can you change from full-time to part-time? There is no full-time or part-time track. You pick for, I guess that question is for someone in dev, right? So you can pick based off your interest, right? There is front-end, strictly front-end. Then there is front-end and a back-end course. So you can pick either of that. In my calendar for full stack, the time for front-end is clashing time for back-end classes. You can always go back to rewatch the classes, okay? You don't necessarily have to attend all live classes. As against the first quarter, we had strict time for live classes. This one, we realized that people have 9 to 5 jobs and a whole lot of things. So we decided to give you a whole lot of office hours. So you attend based off of how free you are. And the videos are always available to you on YouTube, so always go back to watch. Chikri, am I missing another question? I'm not seeing any question here.
Sorry. So from my end, I can see some questions. Someone said, explain more about office hours. Okay. Someone says, my tax has not been graded. Okay. So should I just be taking them as I'm talking, or should I leave you to take them? Would you like to take them?
Yeah, take them.
Okay, so let me start with my tax has not been graded. Please exercise patience. We have a lot of people that are grading tax. Okay, so there's no need to be worried. Don't worry, to be graded. Okay, so okay, office hours. Okay, so this cohort, we're planning on releasing resources beforehand. So basically, like week one now, week one resources have been released. So we expect you to go through these resources on your own. So like office hours now is like saying an opportunity for you to meet the mentor and ask questions that you don't understand when you like ask questions based on things that you don't understand when you are going through the resources. It's like an opportunity to ask questions based on the resources that have been released. So it's structured in such a way that there are a lot of office hours, like Emmanuel said, for you to attend the one that is most convenient, for you. So you don't have to attend all the office hours. Just as you're going through resources, make sure you jot down anything that is not clear to you. And whenever it's time for the office hour for that particular course, come and ask your questions. Okay? So just make sure that you watch out for the fact that, let's say that if someone has already asked the question before, so just make sure the question has not been asked during that particular office hour. What am I trying to say? Join on time. So some people now may decide to join 30 minutes after the office hour, and the mentor has already answered the question. So please join on time so you don't stress the mentor. Okay. So let me see if there's any other question here. Okay. I think I can't see any other question that's not been answered from my end. Emmanuel, have you seen any other question from your end?
Yes. Okay. So someone is asking, are we going to do React? I guess that question is for front end. Yes. The mentors are going to walk you through React. Not like it's not going to be like an in-depth React class, right? But they will give you the basics of it.
Thank you.
Can you do both product design and mobile? No, you can't.
Okay, so Emmanuel, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, well, I'm getting some feedback from your audio.
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay, is there another question? Because I'm seeing one I want to address. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so let me just quickly take this some questions before Emmanuel joins. Okay, so there's one that says, as a new learner, where would you advise us to start? Okay, new learner in what sense? Is it new learner as in you just joined the program, or new learner as in you want to start a tech skill? So Isaac, please clarify. Part-time, like Emmanuel says, there are no part-time courses, okay? So this course is designed to be more convenient, okay? So resources are they are usually posted, okay? So when you check out your post, there's a post option. So your resources are supposed to be like in a post. So please check out your post. If you are not seeing like resources for your elective or for your course, there are two things. Is that you have not registered for your elective or course, or you're not checking the right place. So please check out your posts, okay, for your resources, okay? So, yeah, there's another thing I want to add about office hours. So let's say now, let me just give you an example of what I'm trying to say. Let's say this is week one. Even if you're seeing week two resources and we're still in week one, you are not allowed to ask week two questions during week one office hours. You have to wait till week two for you to be able to ask your week two questions. Okay, so I just pray that that's clarified. Like, in case of if anybody is confused about how the question thing goes. Okay. So sorry, my chat on my system was disconnected. So let me just check here on Zoom if more questions were brought in from YouTube. Okay. There's a question on, can I repeat my course? Okay, so yes, you can repeat your course, but I have to confirm if that feature is still like available. Well, if you saw the video I posted this morning on how to navigate the LMS. I made a post this morning on the LMS on how to navigate through the LMS. There was a part where I talked about enrolling and unenrolling. So please check out that video. I'm sure that you will be able to like figure out how to do that if you watch that video. So please check your posts. There's a video that I posted. Okay. Is there another? Let me check if there's another question. Okay, so how long would this cohort last? So we're basically looking at 10 weeks / 2 months. So 2 months, and yeah, we can call it a wrap. So just it's shorter than the first one since the resources are already available and we just have to keep posting them. Okay. So any other questions? Any other questions?
Okay, there's this question. Someone is asking that he or she cannot see the how-to on the dashboard. So I'm just going to show you where you can find it as a student, right? So I'm going to share my screen again. Yeah, okay. This is my screen, right? So when you come to help, sorry, can you? Okay, I guess my screen. Yeah, you can see my screen now. So on the menu bar here, you see help, right? You click on help. Once you click on that, you have discussions and you have how to. This is where you see it. All right. So for those asking, they can see the how to. This is where you get it. So you come here, and then this is where you get the videos that you need. All right. Then for your resources, for whatever track you are in, just come to post. And you are going to find
Emmanuel, please. Okay. Yeah. Emmanuel, please switch to light mode. Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it clear now? So this is where you get the post for whatever track that you have enrolled in, right? Then this is where you get your out-of videos, all the out-of videos. This is where they are going to be. So I think that should answer that question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. So do we have any I can see some design mentors on the call. So basically I just wanted to take some questions, just 1 or 2 questions. I'll just select on Figma. So someone says I selected teams and organization. Is that a problem on Figma? Is anyone available to take the question now? Okay, so just feel free to ask. If you're the one that asks the question, please feel free. Sola, please feel free to ask the question on the LMS, okay? And we'll respond to it as soon as possible. But please be clearer when you're asking the question, okay? So, God's will, there's you're like in product design class on the LMS. You were asked to share and create Figma account link, but the steps you were asked to follow, I can't find it. Please help. Okay, so please, you have to be more specific and you have to maybe, so You're feel free to bring up this question during the next product design office hour, and I'm very sure that the mentor will be will be ready to help you. Okay. So how long is this internship? So it's a training. So 2 months. You're looking at 2 months. Okay. Is there any other question? Okay, I'm seeing does attendance count as a requirement for the next phase? Okay, so it talks about making things more convenient, and there are lots of office hours in a week. So we don't necessarily expect you to attend all the office hours. So no, attendance does not count, but make sure you try as much as possible to attend as many as you can, especially if you have questions or if you did not clearly understand the resources that we released. Okay. I didn't get the calendar invite. Someone said I didn't get the calendar invite. Please, when you watch this video, look out for the part where I talked about best practices, the LMS part. I explained how to get the calendar link, okay? So, DevOps is not a separate course for those of you asking, okay? DevOps is not a separate course, okay? Okay, so I think most of these questions, they're just repeating the questions I've asked before. So I'm seeing a question that says, will the videos be available after the class? Yes, they will be available on YouTube. Any video, like any office hour, you can always rewatch it on YouTube, okay? So full stack, someone's asking a question. For full stack one, how do I get the calendar link for both Python and front end? I can only get Python calendar schedule. So I personally created that particular task. So if you look at the task very well, it has 2 parts. So the first part now can be for front end, and the second part will be for the second the back end, like the back end part that you selected. So just check. There are 2 different, if you selected full stack, there are 2 different parts in that task. So make sure you scroll down to see the second part of the task, okay? So there are like 2 parts. So, okay, I've answered the attendance question. So, Emmanuel, do you have any other question? Any other question from your end? Like I said, you don't have to attend all the office hours. And if there's anyone that you had interest in, you can always rewatch. But make sure you take advantage of the office hours to ask your questions. Okay, so the office hours are just put in place to reduce the number of questions you get on Slack and the LMS concerning your course. Okay. And it's even designed in such a way that if you're asking questions on the LMS, you can actually decide to attach an image, okay? So it's made simple for you to ask your questions. So, okay, let me check. Will there be another cohort? For this year, this is the last cohort for this year, okay? So any other cohorts that will be coming up maybe next year will be announced in due time. If there's another cohort next year, will be announced in due time, okay? So don't bother about it. Don't bother your head about it. We'll always keep you informed if there's any other cohorts. But for this year, this is the last cohort for this year, okay? Is there another question? Andy? Okay, so I think we've answered almost everything. Oh, that's everything. Okay, so one more thing. Make sure that the username, like your username on the LMS, is the same as your username on Slack. That will like help us to reach you faster in case of if there's any problem. Okay. So those asking about Zuri email for your Slack, please, that's not necessary. That only comes up if once you click on the link and you go to continue with Google. Okay, that's just basically where you're supposed to click continue with Google. If you continue with Google and it does not work, there are two things involved. It's either the link has expired or is no longer working. Okay, so yeah. So that's it. I think that's it. So before we call this a day, or let's call it a night, is there anyone on the call that would like to, like, let's say, give goodbye messages or give a final address to the participants before we call this a night? Okay. So, design mentors, you're in high demand. So, please come and give us a final address for the night. Okay. Can they hear me? Can you hear me? Just in case, just a final address. It can be you introducing yourself and telling them what to expect and wishing them all the best. It's just something very short. Okay, I'm guessing that they are not available. Okay, so closing remarks. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending today's onboarding event. Okay, so I'm really excited to be in this cohort with you, to help, to assist. So if you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to us via the LMS. If it's a course-related issue, please, you're free to ask your mentors during the office hours. That's what the office hours are for. Make sure you go through your resources. Make sure you do your tasks on time. And if there's any like need to, because I'm getting a lot of complaints concerning the Slack, because a lot of people are worried they don't want to lose the points for the tax. It's just 1 point, but even at that, if there's need to extend it, we will extend it. That's the only tax that we can consider extending, because that is not really in our hands. We are not the ones that are controlling the number of registrations a particular Slack link can take. So that's the only tax we can consider, extending. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. For further information from us, please watch out for the posts, okay? So please watch out for posts. Please watch out for discussion. Remember, there's a help at the left of the LMS for the students, okay? So please watch out for posts, watch out for tags, watch out for help, okay? So any other essential links or Zoom invites from the Zuri team will be communicated to you. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hanifa. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. So before we go, Hanifa, would you like to say any other thing to the participants before we close? Okay. Emmanuel, would you like to say another thing to the participants? Okay, so I think I've said it all. So good night, guys, and welcome to 2022 I4GxZURI training cohort 2. Okay, bye.